Everyone, my name is Amruta Nayana from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, a student from Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Today we are going to discuss a topic from the subject Digital Communication, and the topic is the Gram-Schmitt orthogonalization process. We are going to solve one problem on this topic. So the question is, for the signals S1 of t, S2 of t, S3 of t and S4 of t shown in the figure, find the set of orthonormal basis functions using Gram-Schmitt orthogonalization process. Given number of basis function is required to represent 4 signals. Find the orthonormal function phi1 of t, phi2 of t, phi3 of t and phi4 of t. Now let us look at the solution for this problem. We know that n is less than or equal to m, therefore n is less than or equal to 4. Now step 1 is to find the basis function phi1 of t. We know the formula for phi1 of t, that is phi1 of t is equal to s1 of t divided by root of e1 from the orthogonalization process. E1 is equal to integration of 0 to t s1 square of t dt. Now s1 of t is 1 from the graph. From the limits 0 to t by 3, E1 will become t by 3 joules. Now let us substitute this E1 in phi1 of t. Then phi1 of t is equal to s1 of t divided by root of t by 3. That is equal to s1 of t root of 3 by t, where s1 of t is equal to 1. We get phi1 of t as root of 3 by t from the limit 0 is less than or equal to t is less than or equal to t by 3. Now let us look at the step 2, where we'll find the gi of t. This is the formula from the Gram-Schmitt orthogonalization process. Gi of t is equal to si of t minus summation of I is equal to 1 to I minus 1 Sij phi j of t. Now if we substitute I is equal to 2 and 3, we get G3 of t is equal to S2 of t minus S21 phi 1 of t. To find G2 of t, we have to find out S21 and phi 1 of t. We know phi 1 of t, S2 of t we can get from the graph. Now let us see what S21 value will get. S21 is equal to integration of 0 to t S2 of t phi 1 of t dt. We know the S2 of t is 1 and phi 1 of t is 3 by t. So for the integration limits of 0 to t 2t by 3, we get value as 2 into root of t by 3 for S21. Now we'll write the formula for phi 2 of t. The formula is phi 2 of t is equal to g2 of t divided by root of e2. Now we have to find e2. So let us see how we'll get e2 is nothing but eg2 of t is equal to integration of 0 to t g2 square of t dt. Now g2 square of t dt is nothing but 1 for the limits t by 3 to 2t by 3. We'll get the answer as t by 3 joules. Now we'll substitute this E2 in phi 2 of t and we'll get the value as G2 of t into root of 3 by t. So the phi 2 will be here G2 of t is equal to 1, therefore phi 2 of t will become root of 3 by t. Now we'll find the energy for E of phi 2 of t, where the limits is integration t by 3 to 2t by 3 phi 2 of t phi 2 square of t dt. Whatever we get in phi 2 of t will substitute here and we'll get the answer as 1. Therefore no overlap between phi 1 of t and phi 2 of t. Now the next step is we'll find G3 of t again, and here we'll substitute in the formula I value, j value, and we'll get g3 of t is equal to s3 of t minus s31 phi1 of t minus s32 phi2 of t. S31 is equal to integration of 0 to t s3 of t phi1 of t dt. That will be equal to 0 to integration 0 to t 0 dt, because there is no overlapping. We get s31 is equal to 0. S32 is equal to integration of 0 to t s3 of t into phi 2 of t. If we know the value of phi 2 of t, will substitute here and we'll get the answer as s32 is equal to root of t by 3. Now we know that g3 of t is equal to s3 of t minus s31 phi 1 of t minus s32 phi 2 of t. We get that s31 is equal to 0, therefore the term s31 into phi 1 of t will become 0. Then we'll get s3 of t minus s32 into phi 2 of t. g3 of t is equal to s3 of t. Will substitute the value of s32, that is root of t by 3 into phi 2 of t. g3 of t is equal to integration of 0 to t g3 of t. g3 of t is equal to 1, therefore for the limit integration of t by 3 to 2 t by 3 1 dt is equal to t by 3 joules. We'll substitute this energy E3 in phi 3 of t. We'll get the value as root of 3 by t for the limits 3t by 3 less than or equal to t less than or equal to t. The next step is to find gi of t, that is a I value of 4. If we substitute this, we get g4 of t is equal to s4 of t minus s41 phi 1 of t minus s42 phi 2 of t minus s43 phi 3 of t. We have to find s41, s42, s43. Now for finding s41, we'll substitute s41 is equal to 0 to t by 3. S4 of t is is 1 and phi 1 of t is root of 3 by t dt. If we integrate this, we'll get the answer as root of t by 3. Now if we have to find s42 of t. For s42 of t, substitute value of s4 of t and phi 2 of t that we have got before. For the limits t by 3 to 2 t by 3, we get the answer as root of t by 3 for s42. For s43, again we'll substitute s4 of t and phi 3 of t. We have obtained phi 3 of t here, and the answer phi 3 of t value is root 3 by t. We'll substitute it in s43 is equal to 0 to t s4 of t phi 3 of t dt. Here s4 of t is equal to 1, therefore integration of 2t by 3 to t root of 3 by 4 dt will be the answer of this we'll get as root of t by 3. Now if we substitute all this in g3 of t, we'll get 0. Therefore we will get g3 of t is equal to 0, g4 of t is equal to 0 and phi 4 of t is equal to 0. Thank you.